From the Ugly Parrot Studios in Newcastle, California, the Loom Cigar Cartel presents Beyond the Humidor, a cigar podcast for the rest of us. Hey everybody, Scott Robinson with you for another episode of Beyond the Humidor. As I always do, I'm going to introduce the squad, so let's give a holler at Gorilla in the Gorilla Cage. What's going on?
The gorilla is starting to form the beginnings of a migraine. So he is sitting quietly, drinking water, and smoking a cigar and have a glass of whiskey in front of me. So I'm not really doing anything to help myself. But, you know, it's also why I'm wearing sunglasses, because Jesus fucking Christ, it's bright in here.
You wear them so well.
No, I don't. Don't lie to the people.
They can't see you. How are they going to know?
Oh,
We
you're right.
need a gorilla cam, damn it. I'm thinking Good Dog Studios needs to contribute a gorilla cam.
Okay, I'll order it. It'll be $1,000. It'll be state of the art. It'll be beautiful.
Huh?
You heard me. I didn't stutter.
Probably should have. What's going on, Greg?
Not a lot. I got 2 cigars going right now. I started one on the way over here, and I got our cigar of the show today, which is quickly becoming one of my favorites when available. It's a great stick, and we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, you know, it's any day I get to hang out with you guys, drink, smoke cigars, and record a show. It doesn't matter how shitty the day is; it always gets better.
For those of you not watching the video, go check it out. Greg's smoking both cigars simultaneously, one out of each nostril. It's kind of cool.
Why did he have big nostrils? Because he's got big fingers.
Now, see, I like how you said smoke and drink.
You guys are the drunks. I just taste.
All right. Hey, Larry, how you doing?
Real good now that I've been called a drunk 14 minutes in. Thank you.
Hell,
Jackass.
I'm at the point of just owning it, so, whatever. So, let's just hop right in. I don't have too much to say this week.
Nothing?
I got nothing. Sorry.
How's the job hunt going?
Fucking pissed him off right from the get-go.
Actually, it's a legitimate question.
I was just minding my goddamn business. I didn't want
Our buddy Greg Perry on how to win friends and influence people.
Haven't read that book.
It shows.
Yeah, no shit.
If anybody out there, before we have to create a telethon, if anybody out there is in telecom and wants a very good, loyal employee that will get up every day in his pajamas and go to work, I got one for you. For those of you not on YouTube, it's Scott.
Or honestly, if you just need someone to drive your golf cart.
Yeah, yeah. He's a great chauffeur.
If it pays good, you know, we're not picky at this point.
Well, at this point, $50 is $50.
Hold out for 100,
Side note,
man.
he's like 6'5". I'd get the bonus suspension on it, but I'll let you work that out for yourself.
Thanks, everybody.
Scott, we bully you because we love you.
Oh, I understand.
That's because it's the normal MO for this show.
That's all right. Payments coming due.
Audience to bully Scott yourself. You can email us at. Watch, that'll be when we get email.
Oh, yeah, no crap, right? So today we decided to smoke. I think I can safely say for the 4 of us, it's a line that is one of our favorites. It's Cavalier Genevieve from our good friends Sebastian DeCopet and Brian Matola. Today we're smoking their newest release. It's called the Domain Rouge. It's a extension of the Inner Circle line, which we've talked about several shows back, way back when. But great stick. Comes in 4 lines. 4 sizes: a Petite Robusto, a Robusto Grande, which is what we have today, a Figurado, and a Toro.
The hell you say?
I do say.
Figurado.
Have you had the Figurado?
The location that I procured these from did not have it. Otherwise, we'd be smoking that.
This is wonderful, man.
Yeah, it is.
It is a Habano cover leaf grown in the Hamastran Valley of Honduras. It's great tobacco. It comes out of that area. Honduran Connecticut seed binder and a mix of Viso fillers from Nicaragua, Honduras, and Paraguay. Here we go with that Paraguay tobacco again. It's the Inner Circle, which is the blue label. It's a beautiful Connecticut, really smooth, really creamy. This one, I think, a little bit more spice. Not a lot, but a little bit more spice notes to it. The Habano wrapper and the binder really give you a little bit more of a punch. So I think it's a great addition to the cigar, and they're great. I mean, those two.
It's taken that up like one notch.
Mm-hmm.
Like a little bit of white pepper, maybe. Nothing crazy on the spice, but just a little bit of tang above what that inner circle was.
Yep.
And just really smooth though. Burning really even. This is a really nice cigar. Well done, gentlemen.
Absolutely. Are you feeling the white pepper kind of in the back of your throat a little bit?
Yeah, kind of the back of the tongue, in the throat as you draw in. Like I said, a little bit more bite than the regular inner circle, but nothing outrageous. I mean, if you're not into heavier cigars at all, I don't think that this would be something out of your wheelhouse. It's still a very smooth draw, a very nice cigar.
Right.
Wow.
Right. Yeah, it's fantastic. Definitely box worthy, let me tell you.
Yeah, I agree with that one. And PCA's coming up, or PCA, wrong show. Rocky Mountain Cigar Festival is coming up after this show releases. So Rocky Mountain Cigar Festival just happened, and boxes were procured.
We're going to hold you to that.
No,
Gotcha, bitch.
at least one box is coming home for us.
That's not what you said.
Yes, audience, this is our 17th attempt to get an episode ahead here. Hopefully it should happen. As long as a meteor doesn't come through the roof in the next 5 seconds.
You
we should
had
be
to
fine.
say something.
It'll be good. If anything, a car is going to come through the door and kill one of you, so I'm fine. But I said it a few episodes back, so I just want to remind that you made me think of it. If it seems like they're behind on news, that's because we recorded an episode ahead. Do not panic. This is not the Twilight Zone. You're okay. Breathe. It's fine.
Wow.
So when things are really, fucked up by the time this records,
It's my fault.
yes, you would be wrong. They'd be like, liar.
But you have to remember, I edit it, so they may not even hear it if I'm wrong.
Gorilla for the win. That's why we keep you around.
I read 1984, except I took all the wrong messages out of it. The truth is what I say it is, bitch.
Jesus Christ. Public school education right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Farming accident?
A little too late for that.
Yeah. Too big a hole I got to dig to bury him.
Buried horses, haven't you?
I know.
Oh, okay.
Donkeys.
Somebody else took care of that asshole. Although we did electrocute one yesterday.
What?
You didn't hear about your little brother getting electrocuted.
Oh, do tell, please, Larry.
All right. Podcast just went onto a whole different track. Please, do tell.
New story time with Unky Larry. That hadn't happened in a while.
So we have a continuing project to keep adding additional fencing for the 2 sheep that my youngest son Pat brought to the domicile, and we were extending the fence yesterday afternoon, and we were putting up some temporary, probably 65, 70 foot run.
All right.
And in that span, what do you think the chances are of dropping a 5-foot drive post exactly on top of an 1.5 inch electrical conduit? Apparently fairly good.
Come on, 7.
So he puts that in, and he's hanging we're using 12-foot cattle panels, if anybody knows what that is. It's a solid section of temporary fence, and you just clip them together. And you put 2 or 3 posts in, it'll hold them in place. Sheep aren't real, crazy as long as they got something to eat. They're not going to bang into the fence and stuff. So he's got a hold of 2 of these, and he goes to pull them together, and he thought maybe he pulled a muscle or something. He got that little twinge. He goes, oh, man, yeah. So he does it again, gets zapped again. Like, I think we got a bigger problem here. So,
It'll keep the sheep in.
yeah. So,
You know what? Life on your property is like Yellowstone with a laugh track.
yeah, thanks. It's shit like this is how I know I peed on the Pope's hat or something in a formal life, because this is the kind of stuff we get to deal with. So, I mean, no worries. Pat's fine. If anything, he doesn't have to get a perm now, but
This episode of Beyond the Humidor is sponsored by PG&E. Call 811 before you dig. That's 811 before you dig.
best part is he and I are the ones that put the electric line in that we hit. So you'd think if anybody knew where it was, it'd be us, right?
Well, you do now.
Yeah, because that's where we got to dig it up and patch it. So,
Meanwhile, my dad's in the shop building looking at the pencil drawing on a napkin on the side of the fridge in there going, where the fuck did we put this?
bold of you to think we made a pencil drawing, asshole.
One can dream.
This is the same way they're going to figure out my estate. The fuck did he leave all this stuff? Good luck.
You know what?
This is the same sibling that almost crushed himself between a truck and a fence post.
He did do that 2 episodes before.
Yep.
Okay. Back in my 30s, I used to have this wish, a fantasy, if you will, have enough money squirreled away in order to buy myself from some land. After talking to some friends of mine for many years and talking to you, I'm really thinking I'm a loft person.
Yeah, land's overrated.
Yeah. I just know. It's just like a lifetime of chores. It's like I feel like on a weekend I want to call you or I have to call Sherry and say, can Larry come out to play? Larry has chores.
Ouch.
When you're buying a property, start at the bottom of the driveway and walk to your front door. Did you get winded? Too much land.
What the hell are you doing?
Sorry. Instagram.
Are we boring you, sir?
Get an episode ahead, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
No, I was freaking posting on Instagram we're recording for a future episode and tagging Sebastian and Brian and all them.
You couldn't have done that before the show?
No.
Ugh.
You sure it's Instagram, Scott? Let's see if it's Grindr.
Could be. You never know.
Why? Why?
So, Scott, on that note,
This one's
what
gonna
are we
be a
drinking
bitch
to
to
dull
edit.
the pain?
No. We have other business. Beer update.
Oh,
Shall you or shall I?
beer update. So where we're at, it is bottled, and it sits for 10 to 14 days in the bottle. We tried it. Needs to go a couple more days. So probably going to throw some in the fridge either tomorrow or Wednesday and let some chill down, and then we should be good to go from there.
That would be August 15th for those out there. So for those of you who are listening in the future, this is back on August 15th when the beer went into the fridge. Just wanted to make that clear.
But the last one we sampled, pretty damn good. Flavor's there. It's got a really nice flavor profile. We figured sitting 2-3 more days would give it just a little more carbonation, I guess, and little foamier. So
Yeah,
that's where
we did natural carbonation, which means we put some. Once the ferment was done, we put a very specific amount of sugar into the mix and then bottled it. And the yeast will eat the sugar, create carbon dioxide and a tiny bit more alcohol. Some of the bottles came out fairly well carbonated enough for a beer. Some of them, I guess, came out a little under, and that's just temperature, how much yeast got in each bottle. It's varied a little bit, but no, I'm not a beer guy, and this little bit I tasted was phenomenal.
Well, it was
still mind-boggling that I was there and watched it get made
yeah.
to what it is now.
Well, I mean, it was the first batch of beer that, your mom and you ever made. So pretty impressive.
It's her beer. The hope is this weekend will be the acquirement of some mead making and cider making equipment.
That was going to be my question. When are you going to start your mead and cider experiment?
Equipment is hopefully going to get bought this weekend. It depends on if they have what I want available. I'm going to try to contain my enthusiasm a tiny bit and make sure I have exactly what I know I want, as opposed to settling for not worse gear, just not gear that would serve me good in the long term.
I was going to say, do we need to strong arm your employer for a raise?
No, I mean, you can. Good luck. I'll let you have that conversation later. And then
I know how that conversation.
Fortunately, my employer also has a customer who does beekeeping, so I might be able to get honey at a friendly price. We'll see.
How much is you going to need for that?
So a 1 gallon batch is, depending on the recipe, about 3 pounds of honey, which sounds like a lot.
What if not?
It's like 2.5 cups,
okay.
3 cups of honey. It's not a lot of honey, and then cider is just whatever apple juice you're going to use. And we have more than you can't throw a rock in the foothills without hitting a decent place to get organic, apple juice, mandarin juice, all that jazz.
Too true.
The only trick is the meads and the ciders have a longer aging time. You can drink them when they're done fermenting, but they have that really young alcohol, that kind of, a lot of people call it the foot smell. Like it's just too yeasty, it's too raw. It's not good.
So you're basically drinking a foot.
Yes. But that makes sense because it's more like a wine than it is a beer. It needs that time for all the harsh flavors to age out.
Gotcha.
So, unfortunately, that's a little bit longer time frame, but it is what it is.
All right.
The plan is to do just a basic orange blossom honey mead and a basic apple cider. No extra flavors, no extra shit. Just honey, yeast, and water, apple juice, yeast, and water. That's the plan.
Nice.
So.
I'm not a big mead guy, but best of luck on your mead adventure.
Thank you.
You're welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, courtesy of my mother, she picked me up a bottle of this Uncle Nearest 1884 that we are drinking for the show. Just a quick little story into Uncle Nearest. He was a slave, and he was loaned out to a farm by, let me see the name of that. Let's see. The Landis, a business known as Landis and Green hired him out to do some distilling for various farms along Tennessee. When he became a free man, he became the first black master distiller, who in fact taught Jack Daniels how to distill the good stuff here. Back in 2017, an entrepreneur by the name of Fawn Weaver launched the Uncle Nearest whiskey to honor Green and his role in the American whiskey history. So before there was Jack Daniels, who was learning from Nathan Nearest Green, there was Uncle Nearest. What do you guys think of the drink, gents?
It's got a little bit of a burn to it, more so than I think some of the other stuff we've tried lately.
Yeah,
but flavor's there. It's got a good flavor to it.
Put a cap full of water in there, it opens it up.
All right,
really good stuff. How about you? How's that thimble of whiskey treating you? Ooh, big man.
It's all right.
Did you get both fillings wet?
Yes.
Gorilla, what are you thinking?
I am not a good person to ask for this.
Neither am I.
I do not have as I have adjusted my palate for cigars, I have yet to do that for whiskeys and harder alcohols. I get the burn. It's not bad burn. It is a nice burn, but other than that, I am struggling to pick out flavors just because I'm not used to drinking whiskeys yet. But
okay,
all right.
It's not. Kind of like when we had Graham and Catherine on. I knew when tasting Graham and Catherine's like, oh, this is different than whatever shit whiskey I've had before. This, I can actually taste some things in it. I have that same thing here, but I'm just not at a place where I can give any sort of opinion other than I can drink it, which is an improvement from a couple years ago.
Or
But that's me.
Or an improvement from our last session.
Oh God, yeah, no, it's I chug a full glass of this rather than sip whatever the fuck Greg brought last time. God.
All right, so it's up to my fellow drinker and I to discuss this a bit.
Yep.
Do you taste a little bit of honey?
I get more of the smell of honey than the taste.
Okay.
If I had to pick a flavor, I would say it's more of a molasses than a honey.
I can see that.
But the smell is definitely more honey than molasses.
Oh yeah.
Now this is a solid whiskey. I like it. One of these that I think might be better over than neat, because that'd give you a little bit of water in it too. You know, as you're going. I have still not put a cap full of water in this yet, but it's a keeper. We can keep this in the rotation for sure.
Most definitely.
It's got that little bit of burn in the back of the throat, you know, in the back of your mouth, but it doesn't have a burn going down. So that's kind of my divining rod right there. You know, I can go to here, but you know, if I can feel it all the way down into the pit of my stomach, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to keep drinking this. That's kind of my kind of my cutoff point right there.
Yeah, I'm not into the lighter fluid either.
Gorilla update.
Uh-oh.
I splashed some water into mine. Now I'm getting what he's talking about. I get that warm and burn in the back of the throat, but not
all the way down your palate.
You go.
Not going over here going.
Yeah.
When I do it.
You're afraid to draw in on the cigar after you've taken a drink. It's like, I don't want to combust. And we've had a couple like that, man, over the last year or so. It's ooh, God damn. If we run out of gas for the mower, I know we can start it. So, you know. But no, this is definitely a keeper. We can definitely keep this in our rotation. My thanks to your mother for dialing you in.
Thanks, Mama.
So and goes pretty well with this Cavalier as well.
Yeah, it really does.
It reminds me, you got a bottle for your birthday / retirement soiree that we need to pair with a Maduro. And that's that Papa's Pilar rum.
Oh, yeah.
So over the next episode or two, we might want to think about picking up maybe each of us a different Maduro.
Okay.
But we'll get some Maduros and do that with a large cube over just to cool it down a little bit. And I think that'd be a good combination.
Okay. So I went to Napa over the weekend.
On purpose?
Yeah, on purpose. Right. Hey, you know my wife and I like wine. So on the way there, we listened to a few episodes of Gen X Talks.
Uh-oh.
They have themselves another fan.
Your wife?
Oh, yeah, she enjoyed the shit out of it.
Huh.
So
I would have not stacked my chips there.
Yeah, I kind of took a bit of a risk. I went ahead and played it while we were driving down to Napa.
Oh, good times.
Oh, yeah.
We got to reach out to the general, man. We got to get him back on.
Well, yeah.
He was a kick in the pants, man. That guy's funny as shit.
Well, I'm going to be out there in November, so...
that's right. You're going to go by and see him, huh?
Yes, sir. Yep. Well, my father is doing other things.
Oh, there we go.
Be out smoking and drinking with the general.
When's Pop coming back, by the way?
End of October.
Oh, there we go.
Yep.
All right. His whirlwind tour of the Southeast.
Yeah, there you go. Which is basically his girlfriend's house in Cedar Rapids, and then every now and then we talk and he bitches about, man, she want to go to that damn casino and play her bingo. I don't want to go to no goddamn casino, but then she tells me she really wants me to go, so then I go. It ain't shit for me to do, Scotty. All I gotta do is just, play the slot machine. I ain't playing no goddamn bingo.
Yeah, I can see where your dad's real tore up about that.
Yeah. So, let's go to Greg.
Sir.
you had some bitching to do, so we are going to give you the opportunity.
Greg is unhappy.
Yes, Greg is unhappy, so we're going to get him his little blanket, and he can tell us a story. Do you want a comfort beaver?
Yeah, I was going to say, you want to hold Bucky?
Yeah.
Nah. I don't need a safe space or anything like that.
Yes.
I don't know what to call. I don't know what to call this other than it's irritating as shit. So on our last road trip that you and I went on, we talked about this coming home, and we forgot to do it on that next show. I am tired of this green eco bullshit, save water, freaking save paper crap.
Elaborate, sir.
I want a sink that you turn a knob and you get water. I want a paper towel fucking dispenser. I don't want a freaking electronic sink that you got to play this game. And for those of you that are not on YouTube, you got to freaking wave your hand under it to get a dribble to get your hands wet to wash them and then rinse them off. And I want a freaking paper towel, not some blow dryer. Is that really too much to ask? And some of you are going to say, really, that's what you're bitching about? Yes, that's what I'm bitching about.
Questions?
Question from the Gorilla Cage.
I'm the one going, really? That's what we're bitching about today.
I'm glad someone said it.
It was funnier when we were talking about it in the car on the way home.
Dude, I don't even remember. I'm thinking,
Hey, I'm taking something totally different from this than you two guys are.
Oh, boy.
You want to know what it is?
please.
What, did I actually wash my hands?
Bingo, jackass!
I was more along the line of you go into rest stop bathrooms. Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, yeah,
When nature calls, I stop. I don't care.
that must be the hover of all times, right there.
If necessary, yes.
Well,
Yeah, because I'm sure the rest stops on that barely a paved road between Winnemucca and
Boise.
Boise is just regularly maintained and a paragon of hygiene.
Oh, no, it can be downright miserable at times, in which case I bypass it. If I walk in and go, oh, no, I bypass it and go to one of the gas stations in McDermott. Scott experienced both of them.
oh yeah,
One
good
on the way
times.
in, one on the way out. But, you're right. I mean, you pretty much, whatever business you need to complete needs to be done before you leave Winnemucca, because you don't have many choices after that.
Yeah, and if you get out and piss on a fence post, you're liable to take gunfire from the rancher who owns the fence.
What rancher? There's nobody out there. The few houses you do see, or if you're on the Native American reservation for all of 20 miles that you're there. But yeah, it's just interesting because that part of the road, when I say it's lonely, for those listeners that have ever driven it and the three of us here, that is one lonely ass road.
Miss Daisy has made the statement on more than one occasion that she will never travel that trip by vehicle, automotive type vehicle again. She goes, we're going to Boise, we're flying.
Yeah.
Okay.
First class on Alaska, my friend. It's the way to go.
That's cute. First class on Alaska. That's nice.
It's better than peasant class.
What are you riding your own fucking reindeer? What the fuck do you have? What's better than first class on Alaska? Please elaborate.
Let's see. Delta One, Emirates.
United.
Well, it's better than American.
Oh, yeah. Everything's better than Southwest is better than American.
I'm not going that far.
And our sponsorship by American Airlines just shit the bed.
Somehow, I don't think they care.
Nope. Not the slightest.
I'm just guessing.
Have they heard us? I mean, you don't know.
Dude, airlines need to do something because the rate of angry white women and men getting carried off the plane by local law enforcement has increased at an exponential rate over the last several months.
Speaking of you
What
saying
the
that,
fuck is going on?
I saw a great video. The aircraft is still at the gate.
Yeah, the one that's going around right now.
And yeah, is that the one where the woman's talking about how she has the same right as Jesus does and you're not removing from this plane? Oh my God, it was hilarious.
Have you seen the meme on that where Jesus slides in from the side and says Jesus has now left this aircraft?
Dude.
No, the best airline story lately is the lady that is suing the airlines because she was on the plane that guy got sucked through the engine.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
She didn't see it. She wasn't even on that side of the plane, but she's so traumatized by that event, she's suing for $40 million.
Oh, hell.
They'll settle for $1 million or $2 million to shut her up. Which in the airline's opinion is, fucking pocket change, so they don't care.
Yeah, they'll just up your
No,
baggage
fucking-
fee 30 cents.
People. I say this all the time. I've played this clip on the podcast before. Why are you freaking out on that airplane? You're fucking flying. You are a Greek myth. You are just get on the plane, shut the fuck up. Did you hear the cabin announcement a captain did for American Airlines a couple weeks ago?
No.
Where he's like, sit down, don't be entitled, don't be rude, don't be selfish. Just sit back, put your headphones in, listen to your podcast, and be quiet until we get to the destination. I'm paraphrasing. I'll pull it up and put it in the show.
Remember, the flight attendants are primarily here for your safety. After that, they're here to make the flight more enjoyable. They're going to take care of you guys, but you will listen to what they have to say because they represent my will in the cockpit or in the cabin, and my will is what matters. Be nice to each other. Be respectful of each other. I shouldn't have to say that. People should treat people the way you want to be treated, but I have to say it every single flight because people don't. They're selfish and rude, and we won't have it.
He's like, we're not dealing with any of you crazy people on this flight. Sit down, be quiet.
That dude is a dad.
Dude, I will turn this plane around. Dude, people need to chill. Like, it's really not that hard.
Goes right back to what I've been saying. We got an entire generation full of people that have never been punched in the mouth.
Yeah, I truly agree with that. But this is all amateur hour.
Here it comes.
Oh, no.
Why is everybody knowing like I'm going to say something really, really horrible?
Have you listened to the Ocean's Gate episode?
Because we have 97 episodes worth of material to pull from, sir. And we've known you for several years. We've seen you drink before. You're on your second dog. How far do I need to go?
We're going to bring up the dog again.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Reno.
There's only one unreleased episode of this show, and it's because of you.
Oh, now you just put it out in the universe, so people are scratching their heads going, well, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, well, we'll talk about
We've
it.
alluded to it several times.
Yeah, might be part of the 100th. We don't know.
Yeah, insert montage here.
Yeah.
No. Well, back to my train of thought. This is all nothing. The big yellow plane, Spirit.
Oof.
Dude. Okay.
Air
You just
Force
made me
2?
remember something.
What?
No. I saw something on Instagram. I'm like, it just, something hit where it gave me a couple of these in a row. I don't know if I Googled airline tickets at some point. I don't remember. But I got Spirit Airline ads, but they're very clearly like tongue-in-cheek, like, Spirit, we might get you there. And I'm like, oh, yeah, Spirit Airlines shit. And I'm looking and I'm like, no. Is this Spirit Airlines official Instagram? Are they leaning into the fact they're the shittiest airline in North America? And you know what? They are.
Yeah.
And honestly, good on the marketing department. Fuck it.
Just own it.
Own it. Run with it.
So, funny story.
And they're even talking to people in the comments. They're like, yeah, we suck. We know. You still buy tickets, so shut the fuck up.
So, my mother, she calls me one day. Her and my stepdad are headed to Dallas. They're going to leave out of Merle Haggard Airport in Bakersfield. And she said,
Stop.
You heard me.
No,
Yeah.
that is not.
Merle Haggard Airport?
Yeah.
That's really what the airport in Bakersfield's named.
You goddamn right.
Jesus
It's better than
Christ.
Bill and Hillary Clinton International in Little Rock, Arkansas.
So, continuing. So, she tells me about her plans, going out to Dallas, visiting folks and such. What is it?
Meadows Field.
Is it Meadowsfield? Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what? My bad. It's Merle Haggard Way. That's much better.
Oh, Meadows Field is on Merle Haggard Way.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Jesus Christ.
Thank you.
The Merle Haggard Regional Airport.
Well, what's worse, Vegas is now Harry Reid International Airport. Anyway, please continue with your story, Mr. Robbins.
So she tells me I got these tickets at a great price. And I'm thinking, well, where'd you get them on? Delta, American? She tells me, is Spirit a good airline? Yeah. That was my reaction. I'm like,
You got your will in place, or what'd you tell her?
I told her, cash those tickets in, fly Delta. You don't want tickets to this rodeo. I implored her. I was just like, you're not going to be happy. You just aren't going to be happy. Let me explain. Tiny wife. You know how picky and persnickety she is? My mother's on the level of 100.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I live with that woman.
I did it. I did it this time.
What the fuck?
I did it this time. It was me.
So anyway.
No one will know it was me, though, because I get to edit it out. I'm going to leave Greg's in.
I begged her. I pleaded with her. I said, you don't want to fly Spirit. Just know you're going to be unhappy. Rest assured, you are going to be unhappy. She said, well, it was a good price, so I'm going to fly it there. Okay. I just did the old
Dominus omnis, pass the salt.
yeah. So she touches down in Dallas. I call her to make sure she made it okay. One of the first words out of her mouth.
Fuck this airline.
It was a little nicer. She's just like,
I don't see his mother doing that. But
oh,
anyway.
yeah, she'd say that too. But she's just like, oh, my God. She's laughing, saying, whew, Scotty, Spirit is awful. It's like, what did I tell you? She said, oh, I'm flying Delta back. And I wanted to say, no shit. It's like, yeah, that price doesn't seem so great now, does it?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, they nickel and dime you for everything.
You're sitting on your luggage. Yeah, that's a hell of an idea. Where's the seats? You carried it on with you. Oh, damn.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've seen videos of, like, people on the jetway throwing down. And the person who usually starts it is the employee when she tells them, get back from the gate. The flight's not taking off yet. The stewardess will curse you out.
You got to go out onto the runway and then up the gangplank.
The planes don't taxi. The passengers push it to the runway.
No, it's like the Flintstones.
There's 25 guys. It's like a bobsled. There's a bunch of people on the side of the plane, and then you got to kind of jump in once it gets going.
No, they hire 4 Jamaicans, and it's just like...
Oh, my. Larry, I'm leaving that one up to you.
No, I'm not touching that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the engines are about to disengage. Please pull down the seat tray in front of you and insert payment type to continue flight.
Every time I look at Spirit, I'm like, Soul Plane was...
A movie, not a suggestion.
Yeah. That was not a business plan.
Apparently it was, sir.
You realize airlines get sketchier when their name is more vague and obtuse. Like, if it's named after the specific area they fly in, typically a little better. Like, Hawaiian's good, Alaska's okay, Southwest, a little more nebulous, not as good. Spirit, what the fuck does that mean? Where are we going?
To our death.
Up.
Spirit Airlines, the official airlines of heaven.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Jesus has left this flight. Yeah.
Anyway.
That's like when United went with Ted Airlines. Remember that shit?
No.
Oh, yeah, they were like the local airline doing the puddle jumpers. It lasted for about 5 minutes.
Jesus.
And rightfully so.
There was another one that used to fly from San Diego to Vegas on...
There was, back in the day, there was PSA, which is pretty much Young Southwest.
Yeah, that was, Pacific
Southwest Airlines.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They were based out of San Diego. When I was a kid,
Yeah.
my neighbor worked for them. God, what was the other one, though? Yeah, you just go down there, man. If you were flying to Vegas on a Friday, Just everybody getting on the plane in San Diego was already shit-faced.
Oh, yeah.
That was a hell of a flight. So, like, can we just drive?
But there was one airline in my lifetime that I miss the shit out of. Trans World Airlines, TWA.
Travel with Arabs.
Hey, did not care. That Lockheed, that
Fucking gorilla.
Holy shit.
Beaver break.
Yeah.
If you don't get that joke, watch more air disaster videos.
That's why we fly Delta. Don't even let them aboard.
Holy shit.
Gotcha, bitches.
We've officially hit Gorilla's threshold.
Whew.
well, roll up the prayer rugs. It's time to go home. I love
So you were talking about TWA?
that was the best goddamn airline ever. That Lockheed 1011, wide-bodied.
It was everything, man. They had great meals. They had a bar cart that was like ridiculous.
Oh yeah, dude. I did it when I was 8. I went with my.
I'm still over here. I'm still processing.
You process while I speak.
Oh, my.
I went to Boston with my grandmother. On the way back, it was a dinner flight. These fools roll up with a tray. You know what was on the freaking tray? This is Coach.
Caviar?
No, not caviar.
Fried chicken.
Watermelon?
Let's see, we can offend just about every ethnic group
Just
on the
fuck,
program
man.
today.
So once again, we didn't get an episode ahead.
Yeah.
Anyway, filet mignon.
What? In Coach?
Yes, and a freaking cherry cheesecake.
So what were they doing? Chateaubriand in first class?
If this was Coach, I could just imagine first class.
You had 2 pieces of cheesecake in first class.
Ray had 2 pieces of cheesecake and a stripper pole. I don't know. But yeah, that was a fantastic airline. I missed the hell
When
out
you
of it.
flew to Hong Kong, who'd you take?
Cathay Pacific. But I kind of, I scrimped. I did Coach on a
That's a
7.
long way
14
for someone
hours.
your height in Coach.
Yeah, 14 hours. They split it up by about 12 when we stopped in Taipei.
Because I know the 6.5-hour flight for me, transcontinental from Boston to San Francisco, I paid to upgrade to business class so I didn't have to be in Coach.
Well, no. Well, the reason why I went cheap on the flight, because I knew I would be 9 days in Hong Kong at the Conrad. It was worth it. I had a rubber ducky in my tub, huge tub. I had like one wall just full of windows overlooking Kowloon Bay.
Here comes the gorilla.
So worth it. Yes, sir.
Boutique Airlines out of Sacramento to LAX.
Oh, God. That's what you flew down for that. What was that? What'd you fly?
A PC-12 turboprop.
I was going to
single
say, that's like
engine.
open cockpit, right? That's,
Oh, yeah,
one,
I
that's
can-
one step above crop duster.
I can see the gauges and go, why is that one flashing? Why is that one flashing? Why is the red one flashing? That's not good.
Oh, my.
I got better.
He just looked at what a PC-12 is.
Oh, my.
I have a video from that morning waiting for the flight where I pan over to a Southwest flight and I go, regular plane, zoom, 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 my plane.
So that's the same. So I
It's
had
an 8-person aircraft with every seat. An aircraft so small that when we landed in Merced, yeah, this was a stopover in Merced from Sacramento.
For
to
fuel.
LAX. No, for passengers.
Was it like Amtrak? You stopped in Merced and you had to walk the rest of the way?
land in Merced and catch a bus.
Land in Merced, get completely off the airplane because they have to.
Because 3 guys had to come out and grab the airplane and slide it backwards like 8 times to get the wheels rolled up again so it could take off.
Because they had to get the passenger manifest with everyone's weight and shuffle seats so the aircraft load was balanced. That was a fun time.
And it's funny we talk about aircraft. Remember when Alaska, if you flew a puddle jumper, you were in that, I think it's a DC-8, the de Havilland DC-8, the high wing prop job.
Yeah.
7 years ago was one of my trips paid for by my employer to Seattle. And that's how they got us up there. And I did the same thing. I walked up to the gate, looked out the window, went, this is what I'm flying on? However, beer and wine were free, and there was plenty of it.
You know you're in trouble when it takes a team of 6 dudes in tandem spinning the propeller to crank it up. Maybe this isn't the flight. Maybe this isn't the one.
John Denver comes to mind. I'm leaving on a prop plane.
Hey.
Please stop.
I didn't know where you were going with that because he died in an airplane crash. But anyway.
Yes, he did.
The second most convenient method of killing oneself as a singer, right after suicide.
Wow. I believe it's third after drug overdose, but thank you.
Wow, this has gotten fucking
Yeah,
dark.
man, we fucked this all up, didn't we?
All 8 usable minutes of this episode are going to be great.
Yeah. Well, hey, while we're at it,
the description of this episode is going to be, don't listen to this one.
Yeah, based on the recording date of this episode, we need to say happy birthday to the person that inspired the beaver to be our official podcast mascot.
Yes.
So, and if you've been listening to us for a while, Erin's been on the program. She came in and sat in with us on our Super Bowl party snacks. She was our tester for some stuff for that episode. And so happy birthday, Erin.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
You probably don't listen to us anymore because, you know, we make fun of you
We
once
make
in a while.
episodes like this.
Yeah. And we just crash and burn here once in a while. But,
What are you going to do?
but happy birthday anyway, and hopefully we can get you back on again in the future if you'll put up with us. So,
How long have we been on, by the way?
45 minutes.
Okay.
And we're getting close.
Yeah. Hey, you got any more rants, by the way?
None that I can think
I
of.
was going to say, really? We
No,
just open the floodgates on stupidity right there.
I'm just see if I get rid of them now, then the next episode we got a clean slate. Maybe.
Dude, the guy works. No, he works with the
I work
public.
with the public.
There's no way we got a clean slate 2 weeks from now.
All right, boys. Final thoughts on the cigar that we're smoking this week?
Cavalier puts out a fine product. I have yet to be disappointed by anything of theirs that I have smoked. Excellent job as usual, gentlemen.
I don't have much more to add. I mean, my only add would be if it's not in your local brick and mortar, why are you not yelling at your proprietor to get it? The line is expanded immensely. I know there's more goodies in the works for years to come. So, you know, look forward to enjoy what they've got out there now. I was able to smoke the 20, 21, 22, and 23 limited releases that they've released. If you can still find the 21 and 22, you really should. They're great sticks. So it's a line that you have to check out. And if your brick and mortar doesn't carry it, you need to ask them to get it in there.
Gorilla.
This was a fantastic cigar, and still is. I'm only about halfway through because I'm smoking slow because, again, Gorilla's going to lay down after this.
Savor the
His
moment.
head hurts. No, this is fantastic. Like we said earlier, little bit of spice, just the barest little kiss of spice. And there's something else in there, and I've been trying to figure out how to describe it. It's not sweet. It's not like a wood, but there's something else that comes in with the spice that's just really nice. It's fantastic. Go get some of these.
Yeah.
Cavalier's one of those cigar brands that you've heard us talk about them so much that it's like, yes, we get it. They're fantastic because they are. So,
Yeah.
What more can we say?
If you can't find this one, smoke the Inner Circle Another fantastic cigar by Cavalier.
Scott, do you feel that this, or actually all you guys, do you feel this has gotten even smoother?
Yes.
The farther in you've gone?
Yeah.
Without a doubt. So, being that we pretty much fucked this episode up, I think it's time. Hey, Gorilla, take me home. See, I kind of screwed this whole thing up because the glass ain't empty and I ain't to the nub, so I'm going to enjoy this after the show. I want to thank everybody for putting up with us on this episode, and on behalf of Greg, the Gorilla, and Larry, and myself, thank you for listening. Check us out at LumaCigarCartel.com. Like and share us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. Don't be a stranger. Drop us a line and let us know you're out there. I'm Scott Robinson, and on behalf of all of us here at Beyond the Humidor, we look forward to chatting with you on the next episode. But until then, like I always say, did I say stay or say?
Stay.
Okay, good, because I thought a stay came out of there. Whew, almost fucked that up. Anyway, as I always say, stay healthy and safe, and good smoke, good drink, and good life. Now I'm going to smoke the rest of this and drink the rest of this. So, see y'all later.